Listen closely as we step into the primordial silence of 1377. Saxon hands hew stones from the mountain, layering ramparts like heartbeats. Bran Castle rises over a Transylvanian ridge, its silhouette a sentinel between warring realms. No whispers of royalty yet, only the determined echo of commerce and conflict. It's grown from need, not myth. Centuries roll by. Bran becomes a customs post, manned by grim-faced guards who tar every passing wagon. Trade and tolls echo through vaulted halls. In the 15th century, the Ottomans' march, 1522, 1438 to 1442, sieges shatter the hush. Stones crack, banners fall, but Bran holds. The attenuated echoes of cartwheels, the metallic ring of swords. Within these narrow corridors, the past is a prayer on the stones. In 1920, Queen Marie claimed Bran. She softened its jagged austerity, lacing its chambers with warmth. Velvet curtains, gentle portraits, tokens of refined solitude. She made it home. Now, when the moon spills silver across empty corridors, visitors speak of a faint perfume, roses and jasmine drifting past. Some glimpse a silhouette in royal repose, perched in a window frame, as if waiting, as if she remains tethered to the place she loved. Descend into the dungeons, the tangled veins beneath the stone. It's claustrophobic. The air tastes of damp earth and dread. Chains clink, a faint breath, no root to anchor it. Some say a monk was bricked behind these walls, his penitence etched into the cold masonry. On quiet nights, you hear recitation, looping faintly in the dark. Across the courtyard at dusk, a pale figure drifts above the gravel, her steps silent, sorrow incarnate. She's dressed in white, her gown catching the last glow, and then she fades. Some say she was wronged, a noble woman betrayed. Her grief lingers, pressed into the stones. You won't see them, but chuckles echo, playful and brittle. Laughter drifts from hidden gardens, bouncing off hedges and benches. The voices come from nowhere and everywhere, as though the past's children still play at the edges of sight, just beyond your vision. Beyond the courtyard, whispers swirl with orbs that hover near ancient graves. Folklore says Strigoi, undead spirits, roam here. Lantern lights avoid these corners, but witnesses claim they've felt a cold brush, seen spheres drift, and heard breathless murmurs at the nape of their necks. Bram Stoker never set pen within these towers, but the castle has become the face of Dracula. The torture exhibits, the brooding spires, they've rewritten history. Tourists wander through, imagining Vlad's spectral hand guiding them, bridging folklore and fiction in cold, darker stone. Inside lies a secret. Queen Marie's elevator shaft, pierced through a medieval well, drops 30 meters into galleries beneath. It was forgotten until modern hands electrified its descent. Now, holographic vampires flicker on the damp walls, a brilliant veneer of myth layered on bone-deep history. And then, the candles gutter out. The stones fall silent again, but the past waits. Every shadow here is a story unspoken, every corridor a secret. In Bran Castle, beyond myth, the whispers endure, and as you step away, you feel them in the stones, always watching, eternally patient. Nestled among the rolling landscapes of the Loire Valley stands a monument to both splendor and sorrow. Château de Brissac, the tallest castle in France, a Baroque gargantuan of 7 stories, crowned with a copper patina roof and weaving centuries of history into its stones. But beneath its regal facade rests a tragedy that has refused to fade. Our story begins in the 15th century with Charlotte de Brissac, an illegitimate daughter of King Charles VII. entering a politically arranged marriage with the stern Jacques de Brizay. Their union was loveless, a fragile facade stitched together for ambition rather than affection. So when Charlotte sought solace in the arms of another, Pierre de Laverne, a huntsman, her secret affair set the stage for a night that would stain these walls forever. May 31st, 1477, Jacques returned from a hunt to a scene of betrayal. In a blind rage, he slaughtered Charlotte and her lover. Some say he struck where he found them. Others whisper he waited until they reached the sacred tower of the chapel, where he strangled Charlotte and cast her body from the heights. Their blood soaked the stones. Her anguished final cries echo even now. Since that night, the castle has known only one spirit, Charlotte. Known as La Dame Verte, the Green Lady, she drifts through the tower room of the chapel in her blood-stained green gown, her face a hollow mask, eye sockets and nose gaping as though carved by violence. Guests awaken to agonizing moans in the dead of night. Doors creak open. Cold drafts slip across the corridors. She is a sorrow unbound. Today, the Duke of Brissac and his family still reside within these walls. They speak of the Green Lady with quiet resignation, a spectral house guest long accepted. But for overnight visitors, those daring enough to sleep in those ancestral guest rooms, this is no fairy tale. Footsteps echo on empty floors. Figures vanish at the edge of vision. A whisper calls from the dark. Why does Charlotte linger still? Some say it's love betrayed too cruelly severed. Others believe she seeks justice or peace. Yet each moan, each sighting, each lingering chill reminds us some tragedies invisibly stain time's embrace. There are places in this world where the veil between the known and the unknowable feels thin, so thin you swear it whispers back. One of those places lies in the heart of Transylvania, a forest said to eat time, twist minds, and take people. This is the story of Hoia Baciu, a place that people often now call Romania's Bermuda Triangle. It lies just outside Cluj-Napoca, a dense stretch of trees warped by time and legend. Locals won't walk its trails after dark. Some won't enter at all, not even in daylight. They speak of it like it's alive, watching, choosing. Hoia Baciu isn't just haunted, it haunts back. The forest takes its name from a shepherd who vanished here along with his entire flock of 200 sheep. No trace was ever found, no blood, no bones, nothing. Locals say the forest took him, body and soul. Since then, stories have piled like leaves. People who enter the woods and come out days later with no memory, bruises they can't explain, and sometimes they don't come back at all. At the center of the forest is a perfect circle. Nothing grows there. No grass, no trees, no flowers. Just dead earth. Scientists have tested the soil. Nothing is wrong with it. Yet nothing lives. Cameras malfunction in the circle. Batteries drain in seconds. Some who step inside collapse. Others hear voices whispering in languages no one understands. In 1968, a military technician named Emil Barnea took his girlfriend to the forest. He photographed a strange silver disc hovering above the treetops. He was later fired from his job, but the strangest case came years later. A 5-year-old girl vanished in the forest while on a picnic. They searched for days. 5 years later, she reappeared. Same age, same clothes. No memory of where she'd been. Her parents were older. The house had changed, but to her, no time had passed. Ghost hunters and thrill seekers still enter Hoia Baciu. Many report sudden nausea, A feeling of being watched. Electronic equipment fails. Some emerge with scratches, but no memory of getting hurt. Others speak of seeing floating faces, just eyes and teeth, grinning in the trees. A man once vanished during a live stream. The camera dropped. They found it still recording. He was never found. Scientists have studied the forest. Some claim electromagnetic fields are unusually strong here. Others say it's nothing but folklore, mass hysteria. But legends this old don't come from nothing. Romanian folklore warns of thin places where spirits walk freely, where the forest decides who leaves and who never will. The next time you walk through a forest and feel that sense of being watched, remember Hoia Baciu, where time folds, where voices whisper your name, where not all who enter come back.